All right, in this video, we are going to be having a quick conversation with Urosh about his journey of getting into editing and landing some of his first paying clients. So, Urosh, welcome to the channel.
Hi, what's up?
Thank you. Thank you for coming on. And let's get right into it, dude. I first want to start by just you giving a quick introduction to people. Where are you from? How old are you? And how you got into video editing?
All right, so basically, I'm 17. I got into video editing maybe around 6 months ago. I joined video editors,
Mm.
and basically, I was like, I really wanted to do something because I really like making stuff, making videos. So I wanted to make money off of it, of course. And I
Mhm.
saw like your Instagram and everything, and you were flashy. I saw the Porsche, and I wanted that. And then I saw your video editors, that IO ad. And after that, I was like, I joined. From there, I just grinded out. I can say it like that. I spent like 10 hours every day just watching the course, putting in the work or editing. And yeah, basically, I started out with Premiere Pro. Then after that, I saw like those 3D reels were popping up. So I
Mhm.
really wanted to learn like the 3D camera movement and everything like that.
Okay. And what was the main ways you were learning these skills, right? Because when you got into it 6 months ago, I assume you were pretty much brand new to Premiere Pro, right? And also After
Yeah.
Effects. So what was it? Did you try to recreate other people's edits through watching the tutorials we have in our program as well, and also just trial and error? Or how did you go from like having zero idea, let's say, how to do a certain effect to actually being able to learn it and do it yourself?
First of all, I wanted my videos to look more, not cinematic, but I wanted to make it look like more gamey, like the gaming type of videos.
Hmm.
So basically for all of those effects, because for at that time they were like really complex effects for me. Basically all I did was go on YouTube and typed in how to do a certain effect and just replicated everything. And
Hmm.
then I started making my own videos. Also from the course, they were like really good tutorials
Hmm.
on how to do certain effects and basically how to edit from A to Z. So that was like really good. And yeah, the feedback on the live calls was amazing as well.
Hmm.
I got like feedback on what to do, what not to do, and basically just some ideas and some general just workflow tips on how to edit better. The main part of my improvement or whatever you call it is just replicating other people's videos. And the more you edit, the more like ideas you get. That's all I could say.
I 100% agree with you. And would you say that being able to get the feedback on your work on those group calls directly from me and some of the other editor professors as well in video editors would you say that helped you speed up the rate of learning?
Yeah,
What do
of
you think
course,
about that?
of course, because without that feedback, I would just be lost, or I'd just try to do something else, and it
Mm.
wouldn't turn out as good as if I had those calls. So those calls were actually, I would be here if I didn't have the calls, and then
Mhm.
if I had the calls, that is the difference is bigger, but just for the sakes of the camera,
Yeah, that's
the
amazing. Just for people to get a bit of context, like how much did you charge for your last full-on long form
for
video,
my
let's
last
say, that you
video,
have edited?
I
Yeah.
charged like $600. Right now, probably going to be. I don't want to
Mhm.
spoil anything or something like that, but it's probably going to be around the thousand mark right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Like, where are you from? Which country originally? Or where do you
So
live?
I'm from Serbia. The
Serbia. Like,
average
how
pay
does
is
that
like
feel? Because I imagine getting paid $1,000 per video. Though, keep in mind, these are pretty heavily edited videos, so I don't want to undervalue that. But did you think 6 months ago that you would be able to get, let's say, $1,000 or $600 for a single long form video?
no, not really. I came into this thinking like I was gonna do just short form, edit those
Mm.
clips, and make $200-300 per that. The average pay like here, I'm from Serbia, so the average pay here is like seven-ish $100.
Hmm.
And so making 1,000 right now is like above average
And you're also
to be
still
able
in
to do
school,
that.
right?
Yeah, I'm in school.
So how did you manage both being a full-time student and also learning editing and getting your first few clients and delivering that work? How did you balance the two things?
Basically, it was like I missed a lot of sleep. Uh, I all I did was edit. I woke up, I went to sleep at 11 and then woke up at 4 or 5 to edit videos, then went to school. And that is basically it. So I'm on like the summer break right now, so I can rest more
Mm.
and I can edit even better because I'm more relaxed and I'm well rested than before, so I can do it right now even better. You also went to school and edited videos,
Yeah.
so I think more than me about that.
Went through the same phase as well. Obviously, you probably don't want to keep doing that for a super long time, but I think in the beginning it's one of the only ways to go through it. And maybe if somebody's watching this and they are working a full-time job, I think it's still the same thing. If you have less time for some time, you just have to grind it out and learn the skill set in that extra time that you have after work or after school. And then eventually you will be able to replace your school or job or whatever you have with the income you make from the new skill that you have learned. What would you say was the hardest part about learning editing so far? What did you find to be some of the biggest challenges for you personally, and how did you overcome them?
I'd say the hardest part was like getting ideas. I'd say I was really perfectionist about my
Mm,
edits. I mean, I still am right now. I tend to come back to certain part of videos just because I don't like them, and then I waste a lot of time. Even if the video doesn't turn out well, the quantity of your is what produces the best quality. That is what
mm.
I realized. So just keep on doing more things, and then you'll eventually get better.
So what you are saying is instead of trying to make one perfect video, instead do 10 videos that are 80%, 90%, and by the end of those 10, you will be able to actually make a better video than if you just spent all
Yeah,
that time trying to perfect one thing, right?
you don't have to waste a lot of time in the videos. Just find one certain idea or effect or something that you want to do and do it immediately. Once you have another idea, do it in another video, and then that's how you get better.
I think you have a really good sound design in some of the new videos I've seen from you. So where do you get all your sound effects from and also all your video editing assets, right? Because it's something a lot of people struggle with to find those things that they can implement in their edits to make it creative and make it unique. So where do you personally get all of those tools for your editing workflow?
So for sound effects, I just use YouTube and things like that to download my sound effects. I had a subscription on Artlist,
Mhm.
but then I moved on to Storyblocks actually. I use for the overlays, I use Storyblocks. And yeah, basically I also downloaded some of the sound effects and presets from video editors. They're really
Mhm.
great. So yeah, you can use that as well.
How did you end up getting your first ever client? How did you land your first paying gig, no matter how big or small it was?
My first gig was with my brother for a gym. That's what
Okay.
I edited. That is actually what I did. So before video editors, I was a complete beginner. I had a little bit of experience editing text and things like that
Mhm.
for 1 month, but it wasn't that good. So that was my first client. But when I joined video editors, I landed two clients just through my, so I had an Instagram account and then I just posted my edits from there. And then I just got people that reached out to me like, yo, you do want to edit my videos and things like that. So I got clients through that,
So you
basically.
didn't even do any outreach, you just uploaded some of your content and people messaged you?
Yeah, no, I didn't do outreach.
Okay. Yeah, that's very
Uh,
good. If you were starting again from zero now, maybe you had some beginner skills, but you weren't a professional yet. Would you do the same thing, like just post your work, or what would you do now today with everything that you know?
I don't think I'm actually qualified to say anything about this yet because I'm not that very skilled, but what I could take from this is just I'd still upload my videos and things like that, but I wouldn't say yes to every client's opportunity I get because most of them were didn't really contribute to my improvements, and I just wasted a lot of time with some
Mm.
clients that I didn't even want. I just said yes because I didn't want to avoid the work because you have to hustle it out. And yeah, but that didn't turn out to be true for me. So once I started selecting or picking my clients right now, it got a lot better. And I got a lot better actually. And I actually ended up making more. So that is one of my key takeaways from this.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty, and I think it takes a lot of humility to say that. So props to you. And obviously if people want, they can find more videos on the channel about getting your first few clients. There's that. But that's a good piece of advice still regarding your first few clients is to be selective. If you get something that's a really bad offer or a client that doesn't necessarily add a lot to your experience, if you are limited on time, and you already have decent skills, then consider being more selective with who you take on, because sometimes one bad client can cost you more money than it brings in because you could have had, let's say, two or three lower maintenance, better quality clients instead of them. So that's good advice as well. Obviously, you progress really quickly in just half a year, and I think you came pretty far. But if you wanted to do it even quicker without necessarily just working more, is there anything you can think of that you could have done differently to progress even faster?
If I didn't have school or things like that, I still could have done it if I had school, but maybe did I should have focused more on outreach. So if I did outreach and combine it with like my edits or gave them like a free sample video or something like that, something of that sort, I probably could have gotten my first client to like 2 months. Because in the 2 months in video editors.io, the progress was exponential. So the first two
Mhm.
months were amazing because I learned a lot. And then from then, I was also improving a lot, but I just knew more and I
Yeah.
had to know more things.
Yeah, it
So
was more of those like smaller course corrections,
yeah,
getting on the group calls, asking some questions, having some reviews, and getting some feedback. Okay, no, that. And what are your plans now going forward? Are you still have a year or two in school, I think, in high school? So,
yeah,
yeah, what are your plans? Where do you want to go from here?
I have one more year left. After that, if this doesn't work out, I pray that it does with the editing and even maybe more. I've been looking into getting like the YouTube service that you do, like to grow creatives and things like that. I have to make it work because after that, it's like university. I really don't want to go. I have to figure out something before that. So that is my grant. I don't have an exact plan,
Do you have a goal
but
of how
yeah, I have a
much you
goal.
want to make as an editor
As an editor,
or agency?
I don't know, probably like 5K a month.
5K a month. Okay.
That will be like a good basis for everything else. So I think once I start making that, a lot of paths could open up for me. I could just have more freedom.
100%. Thank you so much for coming on the channel, Roche. Do you have
Thank
any
you.
Instagram account or Twitter that you want people to check out? I can leave it in the description.
So my name, urosh.mp4. That is my Instagram if
Cool.
anybody wants to follow me.
I will leave it down there. And thank you everybody for watching the video.